In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to enable JIT on your iOS device, working even on the latest iOS method. So the first thing that we have to do is just head over to the official StikDebug website. I'll leave a link to this down below. If you scroll down here, you'll see that this does work for Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. Whichever one you want to do, you guys can use. So since I'm on Windows, I'll first need to install iTunes. So this link, I believe, is the Windows Store one. So to get iTunes, just head over to the Side Store website. And then on the Side Store website, you'll see something like Get Started. So you're just going to click Get Started. And it should lead you to this page here, which is kind of just like the prerequisites and just documentation for Side Store. If you scroll down all the way here, you'll see download and install iTunes from the Microsoft Store or directly from Apple. You're going to click on directly from Apple here. And then you can also download the iLoader installer from here, or you can just go into StikDebug and just download the iLoader installer. And for StikDebug, it really doesn't matter if it's exe or MSI, so just click on download here. And so all we need to do now is just set up these two apps. I've already done that, but all you guys really have to do is just click on both of the exe files and then just keep clicking on next until you set it up. And so assuming that you guys have done that, you're going to scroll back up, you're going to click on download the IPA on GitHub. It'll take you to the GitHub page where the IPA is located. So you're just going to download the IPA file by clicking on it here. Now, all we need to do is just launch the iLoader tool, which I already have here. But if you guys do run the setup, it should automatically run. You'll see an empty box here for your Apple ID, email, and password, and iDevice, no devices found. So you're just gonna have to first put in your Apple ID. If you guys are unsure or feel like this is not safe, you can just use a burner Apple ID, but this is in fact safe, so you can use your real Apple ID. So once you guys have connected your Apple ID, what you guys need to do is simply connect your device and make sure that it is in fact unlocked. You might see this notification here, which shows that your device is connected. You're going to click on refresh here, and you should see your iDevice here. If it doesn't already say selected, you're just going to have to click on this here and it should work. Now, you're going to click on import IPA. You're going to find the StikDebug IPA. Click on that, click on open, and it'll say installing app. Make sure that your device is also unlocked at this point. And you guys should see StikDebug on your iPhone. If you guys want as well, you guys can get Side Store with this method, and it would be way easier since with Side Store you can just sideload StikDebug without a computer. So if you guys want to see the video for that, I'll leave it in the top right and the description down below. But anyways, head over to your iPhone. And on your iPhone, to open up the app, the first thing that we have to do is trust the certificate and then also turn on developer mode. So to trust the certificate, go into settings, go into general, scroll down until you see VPN and device management. And then under developer app, you should see your email. You're just going to click on that and then click trust. I've already used this email ID for Side Store, so I don't need to trust it since it's already been trusted. And we also need to make sure that developer mode is also on. So you're going to scroll down until you see privacy and security. Scroll all the way down until you see developer mode. Click on developer mode and then make sure that it is in fact on. Now you're just going to go back to your home screen. You're going to click on StikDebug. And on StikDebug, you guys will see pairing file not found. So what we have to do is go back to our computer. And on your computer, what we need to do is just place the pairing file into StikDebug. So you're going to click on manage pairing file here. You'll see obviously, since I've already used Side Store with this email address, you'll see Side Store here and you'll see StikDebug. You guys will probably just have StikDebug. So just click on place. And once it has placed, you'll see pairing file placed successfully. So now we can head back over to our iDevice. Now, in your iPhone, all you need to do is just go into the app switcher and close out StikDebug. So you're going to close that out here and you're going to go into the App Store. And in the App Store, you're going to search up a local dev VPN. and you're just gonna click on the first one here. So I already have it installed, you guys probably don't, so just click on install, and then once you guys have installed, all you need to do is just click on open. And then you guys may get some VPN configuration prompts. Again, I've already used this, so I don't really need to do it, but just click allow on those VPN prompts, and then just click on connect once you guys have finished. You'll see the VPN icon in the top right corner. And we do this since StikDebug does require VPN to work properly. Otherwise, it does not work. So what we're gonna do is, for this video, I will be using a POJAV launcher. However, I know POJAV launcher does not in fact work. I was trying to get Amethyst, but I could not find the link for Amethyst. So just for demonstration purposes, I downloaded POJAV launcher. So anyways, if you click on POJAV launcher and then you click on the top left corner, you'll see it'll be stuck on the checking for JIT loop, which kind of just tells us that JIT is not enabled at the moment. So you're going to go into the StikDebug app. And in the StikDebug app, you'll see enable JIT, and you'll see a bunch of apps that you can enable JIT on. So just click on the target app, and then just if it says allow for your location, just click allow. And then if you click on the corner here, it'll say that JIT has been enabled. But if we go into the app switcher and close out of POJAV launcher and then reopen it, you'll see that it'll restart the loop of checking for JIT, since every time you do close the app, you will have to redo the process every single time. Anyways, I hope this video helped. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.